It's the 2K Sports pregame show. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, one thing they've talked about, sustaining focus on the defensive end, allowing no easy shots, trying to be disruptive, maybe causing some turnovers that can lead to easy buckets in transition. LeBron James in action tonight. Doesn't always log.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We welcome you to Noche and Beyond here on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys. Tonight, a celebration of... And let's go straight over...
Well, guys, Karl Anthony Towns has a different disposition than his predecessor and mentor, Kevin Garnett. But KG said of Cat, don't take the smile for weakness. He plays with another type of engine. What they do share, Kevin, is a true love for the game. Back to you.
Outstanding, DA. Thank you. Clark, plenty of speed and explosiveness on display tonight. When you widen your lens a little bit, how do you think athleticism in this league has changed throughout the years?
Well, it has grown exponentially, Kevin. When you think about the advanced training methods, the knowledge around nutrition and rest and strength training, so beneficial to the athleticism that we see in the league. As a matter of fact, I question whether or not I would be able to play in this day and age based on the athleticism I had back in the 80s. I would have to really embrace that fitness and strength training to another level to play today.
Well, I think you would have played in any era and been just fine.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not so sure, though. These guys get after it. They're bigger, faster, and stronger than any players of any era to date.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. And it's Butler in at the 3 slot. It's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. 4-point game. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Here's Gibson. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
An exceptional offensive rebounder. Gibson seems to have an uncanny ability to get to the right position on the glass.
And James gets it to go.
Nice way to start the evening. His numbers getting calls, and for good reason.
Well, you know, Greg, they can count on him to get buckets. I mean, he's getting the ball because he's very efficient when he has it. I think they got to get it going. A 1 for 5 start, not what they want.
Connects from 3-point range. James has got 7 points in the game.
Red hot so far, 4 for 4. Cooking with gas, couldn't draw it up any better.
And the Wolves coach Tom Thibodeau and Jimmy Butler challenging Towns and Wiggins to step up their defensive intensity. Clark, do you worry about pushback from those young stars?
Not really. I mean, how they respond is going to be key to where this team goes. Towns and Wiggins are the top dogs, young players with great potential. The expectations starting to change as part of your development as a winning star player in the NBA, and I think both guys will rise to the challenge.
That free throw, no good.
And Teague is a little reserved, but he's a natural leader, a guy who commands respect, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Hart, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Ball subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And that one's good. James.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Towns, no luck. LA's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. gets it to go with the assist from Ingram. He's got 13.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Teague's ability to find the open man makes him one of the better passing point guards in the league.
And a deep three from James. That one's not going to go. Some solid defense from Butler. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And he overshot that one, missing.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Teague against Ball. Minnesota shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. No good on that one. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for JaVale McGee. And Lance Stevenson subbed in for Ingram. And then for Minnesota, Zhang comes in for Taj Gibson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Andrew Wiggins. He dialed that one up from long distance. 19 points for LeBron.
Man, it's so good to see LeBron James rise up with confidence from deep. That's a part of his game that he continues to improve on, and it's actually become quite efficient.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
Yeah, and I like it. I love seeing that. It's a lot of fun when that happens. These teams are going at each other from the outside.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. And the first one drops.
And for Derrick Rose, the question will be how much of his MVP level of play from 2011 can he recover? You'd love to see him return to that form.
Here's Ball. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. 18 points from three-point range for him in that quarter. That is some serious shooting. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up a controller and fire up NBA 2K.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And we return to the second quarter, and no Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Lakers?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And Stevenson is out there with Kyle Kuzma. And it's Ball. Then there's Beasley. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard position. That's the Laker 5. Timberwolves trail by 13. Mark, there was a rules change not too long ago that promoted more help defense, less one-on-one defense. Good or bad?
I like it. Again, there's always going to be a premium on defending one-on-one, but positioning defenders where you can help better and more, I think it's trying to make sure the offensive side doesn't get too much of an advantage where the rules had gone in the past. So I think it's a nice balancing act for the game.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, of course, there's no shortage of storylines in Los Angeles. Now, last season, some people thought that Lakers coach Luke Walton had lost his players, and the front office seemed slow to come to his defense. Now, Walton was a high-profile hire from Golden State in 2016, and you wonder if the Lakers will remain committed to their young coach if they can't start winning more regularly. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And the dunk by Towns.
Hey, I tell you what, I've got a 39-inch shirt sleeve. Karl Anthony Towns has to be north of 40, and with that reach, you can see why he snatches up those rebounds.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. And you think about the game of Karl Anthony Towns, the versatility just leaps out at you.
Well, he's a man of his times, Kevin, when you talk about his game. I mean, that's where the game is now. And that's always been his ambition, to be as complete a player as possible. And at his size, he shoots it deep, he can post you up. And as he gets better as a passer, he's going to be harder to guard.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. JaVale McGee's checked in for Beasley. Brandon Ingram comes in for Lance Stevenson. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Lonzo Ball. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 9 on the bucket from Wiggins.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
Yeah, looking to turn things around here, Greg, and cut into this lead.
Took him no time at all on that one. Rondo's got his first 2 points.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just at the top door, now some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
They get a hand on it, and stolen by Kuzma. Here's McGee, and he uses the glass on the layup.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. Yeah, he's costing them right now, sabotaging them a little bit. He's got to find his shot if they want to win this game.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
Jones kicks to Wiggins. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. To the inside, Gibson. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Staying alert and aware. Wiggins sees his man flash to an open spot. Pass is right on the money.
No good on the three. Down low. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Spectacular move. Wiggins' elevation, body control, strength, elite across the board.
And stolen by Wiggins. 1 second left. Oh, he hits it! How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a...
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello! You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here at this beautiful table. This is a beautiful table.
What is this, oak?
That is. It's LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He was exactly the kind of long-range threat they were looking for, scoring 18 points from deep on some excellent three-point shooting. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, the perimeter shooting is the reason they're ahead. I think we'll probably see more of that.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. What can you say, LeBron James? What an impressive effort today.
And through the first 2 quarters, he was dynamite from beyond.
Greg, simply spectacular. I mean, the defense just hasn't been able to find an answer for his outside shot.
Well, Greg, you knew that the Laker front office and Magic were going to do everything they could to bring in big-name free agents, and they succeeded. They got the biggest name of them all in LeBron.
LeBron coming to L.A. completely shifts the mindset of this organization. Team was very busy the rest of the free agent period as well. Still made very aggressive plays, as this is a team that is looking to win now.
On the court for Minnesota, Teague is at the point with Wiggins at the 2. Gibson plays the 4 with Towns in the middle, and it's Butler in at the 3 spot.
And when James gets going, there's no stopping him. Just a dynamite scorer who feels he can get any shot he wants.
Inside, Gibson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Gibson's got 8.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear. It's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Rondo passes to Ingram. And the Lakers check on 2 more.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Timberwolves trail by 18. And the length and wingspan of Brandon Ingram gives him, Clark, so many advantages on the court.
Yeah, it's actually what GMs and coaches like to see. His reach and size comparable to guys like KD and Giannis. Bothers shots on defense, and he can actually get his shot whenever he wants to. Because of his length, his upside as a player on both ends, I think, is what's exciting for the Lakers.
So the Timberwolves call their first timeout.
And not surprising, obviously unhappy with the lack of response from his team.
Can't blame him. I mean, the effort hasn't been there, just has not been there. Hopefully, he can get the fire lit.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. And Stevenson's checked in for Brandon Ingram. Josh Hart comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Teague. Sinks that one from the post.
And the crafty, cunning Teague, fantastic at finding ways to score down low.
From deep, James. That ball. Nice feed that time from Stevenson. Stevenson's got 3 assists in the game. And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for Minnesota. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Sometimes you have to tip your cap to Gibson. I mean, it doesn't matter who's on him. He was determined to score down low.
Good work there as it goes.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
James again throws. And stolen by James. All sorts of time. Again, Los Angeles.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Teague kicks to Towns. Timberwolves passing it around.
And Karl Anthony Towns, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in the league, at least top 3 amongst all 7-footers, and his three-point percentage elite as well, over 40%.
Boy, despite his youth, I love the attitude Towns has because it's infectious and he seems to have the attributes of a genuine leader.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss and get ready for the next one.
And McGee kicks to Hart. Again, the Lakers.
And how about the excellent court vision, just keeping the defense off balance?
Yeah, that was a sweet pass right there, setting up his teammate nicely. And that's really how you move the rock. Share that sugar, man. Share it.
From deep three-point range, they get it again. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Los Angeles on top, delivering the blowout. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team.
Hey, we got to keep working the game now. Let's get it inside 10. They'll keep firing. Run them off that line. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Wanting to chip away at this lead, wants his team, Greg, to guard the perimeter much more effectively.
Yeah, and Kevin, that's where they're getting burned. They have to patrol that three-point line better.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. The Lakers making a switch here. Ingram's checked in. Hart is out there with Lonzo Ball. Then it's LeBron James. Then it's Ingram. And it's Kuzma in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. LeBron signing a 4-year deal with the Lakers. Very many speculated it might happen, but it was still a shock to many.
Makes sense from LeBron's standpoint. Son plays in LA for high school. LeBron has a lot of business interests as well. And also what's interesting is that when LeBron's contract ends, his son could potentially be coming into the NBA as a rookie.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Josh Hart. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Lonzo Ball.
And there's no denying that Rondo is a wizard with the ball, exceptional at exploiting holes in the defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for James. And it's Beasley in for Brandon Ingram.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
Got that one up quick.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
When it comes to initiating this play, Clark, for your mind, who are the perimeter pick-and-roll ball handlers right now in the game?
Well, the guys that come to mind for me, Chris Paul is fantastic in the pick-and-roll. Damian Lillard is outstanding. James Harden. And I think Victor Oladipo is getting better. I mean, he's so good at finding seams and using his athleticism to get to the bucket, and he's really grown as a finisher. Kyrie Irving is just a terrific one-on-one player. Sometimes he doesn't even need the screen guy. He's so good with the ball. And obviously Steph Curry is in that category too.
Jones kicks to Zhang. Okogie. A three-pointer is right on target. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Let's go. And again, Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And he's just gotten so much better at being able to pull up in traffic there off the dribble. Rondo can make the D pay if you fall asleep.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LeBron.
Sheer dominance from him tonight. I mean, he could not be contained. A big reason for their success this evening.
Knocks it loose. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. He gets it in there. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Lakers?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
On the wing, Jones. They get the rebound. And Zhang gets it to go.
And, you know, we all know about Zhang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on him.
I'll tell you what, the energy in this arena, you can feel it.
Big time. I mean, it's amazing. Their crowd letting them hear it. And that's always inspiring. They want to see this thing get wrapped up.
That free throw, no good. He doesn't get the second one. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively. And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
And, you know, Greg, it's hard to ask for much more than that because they're getting to their spots and they're knocking down the shots.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Fantastic speed on the break. Speed, heel, showing no mercy in transition there, partner.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Olney, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.